Yeah, so what had been happening was I was a physician in the UK, and I was seeing these families that had early onset Alzheimer's, so they were typically getting the disease in their 50s, their early 50s, and we worked out the genetics of those families and realized that they had a genetic error in their amyloid gene, the gene that makes this very small protein called amyloid. And the people that had the mutation in the families all got Alzheimer's disease early, and the people that didn't have the mutation didn't get Alzheimer's disease at all. And so once we had shown that from a genetics point of view, we really wanted to make sure it was Alzheimer's disease. And when this person died, we needed to get the brain autopsy. They'd agreed to previously to give us their brains for the studies. So we needed to get their brains. And so, yes, it was a rush to get the brain. And it was at one end, it was a couple of 100 miles outside of London. So yeah, I got on a motorbike and raced up there with my colleague on the back. And we were at the autopsy, got the brain, brought it back to London and did the analysis and showed that actually, yes, it definitely was Alzheimer's disease and not some other strange dementia. And that allowed us to go on to say definitively that the accumulation of amyloid in the brain can cause Alzheimer's disease. So at that time, we thought things were going to be really easy. It's just, get rid of the amyloid and we're going to be able to treat Alzheimer's disease effectively. Well, in fact, it's taken 30 years for biotech companies, pharmaceutical companies, to make that idea a reality. And just now, Biogen, Eisai Biogen, working together, have done that. And this drug, Leqembi, has just been approved by the FDA for use in Alzheimer's disease. And the reason that there's a great deal of interest in it is because it's the first drug that is being called a disease-modifying drug. So previously we've had drugs like Aricept and Exelon that can improve the symptoms of Alzheimer's. But those effects go away after 9 months or maybe a little bit longer, but they go away. The effect of this drug that removes amyloid is to slow the progression of the disease, and that effect seems to persist. It seems to go on. So it's regarded as disease modifying rather than symptom modifying. And that's why people are talking about, a breakthrough and real increase in hope for the sufferers of the disease and their caregivers.